It's a beautiful Tuesday. Happy good afternoon, Bahamas. You're joining us for the 2023 Police Beat Retreat. We're right here on Washington Square, where hundreds, if not thousands, of Bahamians have already converged for this exciting event. Now, of course, you know this event was postponed on Sunday due to weather conditions, but we're now back here on Wednesday. And again, many persons are out here to experience this amazing event. Of course, sitting here with me is Police ASP. He is Eric Fowler. He's sharing a bit more about what's happening today. Mr. Fowler, of course, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lloyd. Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Yes.
Well, today is a historical day. We celebrate 130 years, the police force band. So you can expect a spectacular show. You can see some of the old faces that have served in the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band for over 50 years. We want to highlight those officers, past band directors, past band members in the various ranks. So, and you'll be seeing some movements that you haven't seen for a long time that the police band have been doing for a number of years. And then you will hear some voices that you haven't heard for 50 years or 20 years, 15 years. You'll be hearing those voices also during the finale portion of the BT Tree.
Now, Mr. Fowler, of course, like many Bahamians, growing up, I was inspired and excited every time I saw police officers perform on television and, of course, on Bay Street. Now, one of those names that I remember, his name is Ronald Campbell.
Yes.
I actually know his family, and he seems to be an icon from the past.
Yes. So he's a former band director, retired Chief Superintendent Ronald Campbell. He was serving in the band for 40 years. So you'll be seeing him during the beat retreat. Actually, when he joined the police force band, he was a trumpet player.
Wow.
So you will see him this evening on the trumpet.
Yes.
And then you will see him also conducting the band as he was a former band director. So you see him in that light.
And what I'm sure is exciting as well for a lot of these officers who were before part of the retreat, being able to rub shoulders with many of these persons who helped to set the foundation of what the police band is.
Yes. So in the police band, there's been various generations that pass through the police band, and right now is a generation. I would say a generation gap. So you have the old with the new. So during our times in rehearsals, you hear some of the old band members sharing their experiences with the younger officers and giving them some advice and counsel how to have a wonderful and successful career as a police officer and also a bandsman.
And what I'm excited about as well, as I look on our television here, so many persons are out here, and it seems like from the young to the old. Again, this is an experience that a lot of persons will remember from the past, but a lot of the youngsters may not be familiar. So what are some of the things that they may see that they may not be familiar with?
Actually, they wouldn't be familiar with the first movement that is coming on television right now, what the band is going to do. They haven't seen that movement. You might have seen other movements with more synchronized with the footsteps and a little bit of the dance, we call it. I would probably say we dance. So the first movements this generation have never seen it before. So it's traditional. So the movement's traditional. It ain't up tempo as we have done it in the past. So they can see that difference, that comparison between with the old movements and the new movements what the band will be presenting tonight.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know about you, but I'm sure you're excited to see this program. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit and show you a bit of what the band is preparing to do this year for the Beat Retreat.
on, you can do better than that. Let's give him another round of applause. Come on, one more time. Let's give it up and make some noise for the fine, legendary drummers. As the band passes you and you see your favorite bandsman, go ahead and feel free to make some noise as we celebrate 130 years.
And of course, if you're just tuning in, this is the start of the 2023 Police Beat Retreat. We're out here at Boston Square. I'm joined by ASP. This is Mr. Fowler. And of course, they just completed the first component. Talk about that and what's next.
Okay, so what you're saying initially, that was a drummer's tablet. That's a traditional movement that existed for over 50 years. It features the drummers doing the stick work with the drummers, as you've seen it on TV earlier. It's a very old movement, so the past band members do it by heart. They can do that with their eyes closed. Okay, so that's one of the feature points during the early years of the police force band.
And of course, Mr. Fowler, those officers in black, all of them are retired.
All of them are retired. All of them retired. All of them retired band members.
And what's coming up next now?
So what's coming up next is the Christmas tree. You know, you can't celebrate Christmas without a Christmas tree. So you're going to see a human Christmas tree. Now, this movement we have done before in the past beat retreats. So many of you will remember this formation. The object of this beat retreat is to highlight movements that we have done in the past as we celebrate 130 years. So we want to bring some of the featured movements that we did in the past to see if the public would remember them, and that made the retreat a spectacular show.
And I think the public definitely will. You know, a lot of people look forward to this, including myself. Yes. I'm so excited when I recognized that I would be covering this.
Yes.
This is my first time, this history for me, first time covering this event. It's really exciting. So, of course, at this time, we're going to continue on with the next component. And again, this is Rawson Square. If you're not made your way here yet, there's still room.
I'm going to bring that prize to you personally because you won't be able to use these here. All right, I have one more prize to give out. Someone who could tell me and actually list two of the songs the band played in their first movement. Only two. I know they played quite a bit. I only need two. Nobody was paying attention? You got to come to me, though. There we go. All right, let's start with you, two.
Hark the Herald Angels sing.
And what else?
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Now you got to sing the chorus of one.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
She could sing. Yeah, you can have this. Let's give her a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the band as they come back to deck the Christmas tree. This is going to be interesting. As we have showers of blessing, put your hands together one more time for the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band. Awesome. They told me I could give away another prize. Okay, awesome, they're back. This one, sing along with the band. You can do better than that. Let's give it up for them one more time.
And again, we're right here at Rawson Square. What you saw just now was the second movement. That was the cherry tree, better known as a Christmas tree. And of course, this is among the many organized operations that the police band will be executing today. Now, again, we have ASP. This is Mr. Fowler. Talk again about the complexity and the diversity inside the band.
Okay, yes. So the band consists of a lot of different officers playing various different instruments. So we have the brass section, we have the woodwind section, and then we have the drumline section, and then we have the rhythm section. So if you're familiar with instruments, so the police band is made up of woodwind, saxophones, flutes, clarinets, brass, trumpets, trombones, euphoniums, sousaphone, tubas. And that's the sounds you hear out there on Bay Street. And then the drum line with the percussion section, the bass drum, snare drum, and the cymbals.
What I like about today as well, it seems like a lot of officers, senior officers and others are on hand to actually support this initiative. I saw we have a whole bleacher section filled out with senior officers and others.
Yes, so the event is required for all senior officers to attend the event and contracted officers. Of course, it's like a state function. So it's a ceremony, of course. So you'll have officers detailed here in various different ranks in support of the event.
Now, what I'm excited to see here today, this evening as well, many families, like I said before, but a lot of kids are out here as well to see and experience the police retreat. It's unfortunate that it's spring now, so I see a few people busting out their umbrellas.
Right.
But I'm sure the officers are well equipped if this happens, if the rain comes down.
Yeah, so I don't expect, that's probably just a little drizzle to bring in the cold, so I don't think we expect a rain. So we are prepared as in case it does rain a little harder. So we're not gonna let it stop the show. The show gets stopped on Sunday gone, so we can continue on no matter what happens this evening.
And again, before we go back to the next thing, tell our audience what they can expect to see next.
Okay, so the next movement you will see is the sleigh ride. So this is a movement that we also did in the past, but we added additional little features to it, and little props to it.
Okay.
So it will be great. We did it with Santa Claus before, and then, hey, we love Santa Claus again. I think he'll be giving us some prizes too, some stuff too, some gifts.
Awesome.
All of our visitors that are joining us today.
interesting this year as well. Again, most of Bay Street is booked out for this event. Where alternatively can persons park, those who are still maybe making their way out here?
Okay, that's a good question. Where could they park? Because this is a business hours. Yeah, this is business. This is business hours. So the nearest parking, it's an empty parking lot just past publications. Persons can park there. Of course, I know there's not enough free parking.
But they're still carpooling.
Yeah, they're still carpooling. So I would suggest carpool or just catch the bus.
Catch the bus.
Park by City Market and walk up. City Market parking lot. That's the ideal spot
And
to park.
safe. So, of course, we'll go back to the line now as this section prepares to begin.
And for all of our kids who are listening and tuning in, if you are naughty or nice, Sarah is going to take care of business for you. As we go to town with Sana, here comes the Royal Bahamas Police Force in a sleigh all the way from the North Pole. And our North Pole is the eastern end of the island. Please let's give it up for the band. With their sleigh, Sana and Bandes making their way today. Let's give it up for Sada and the Bandes. Put your hands together again. Our third movement Christmas sleigh. Featuring Sala. And like I said before, we don't have reindeers today, we have bandits. The creativity out here this afternoon is really, really incredible. So if you're enjoying yourself, let me hear you make some noise wherever you are so the band can hear and feel the energy.
So again, that was the sleigh, and it was over about 24 officers are performing in that as well.
Yes.
You said that's a normal component of the police band.
Right. Yes. Yes. So the band is made up of 58 band members. 6 of that 58 is the administration part of the band. So what you're seeing the performing here is basically about 90%, I would say 95% of the band performing on the beat retreat. So this movement you're seeing is the Christmas sleigh movement. So that's a movement we did in the past. We just added additional features with the sleigh, with the props and everything else. But coming up right now is the expanded movement. It's almost similar to the drummer's tablet, and it's one of those movements that has been around a long time. It's also almost over 50 years of bands doing that movement. And it features the trumpets this time. So you're seeing the drummer's tablet, the drummers. Now this movement features the trumpets. And this movement with the spanner, you would have seen the trumpet players that were retired from 50 years ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so you see them in all black, and some of the trumpet players were even past directors to the band. They came in the band as trumpet players, they moved up the ranks and became band directors to the band.
All right, so we'll of course continue on with that conversation, but of course we're tossing it back to showing you some more of that beautiful police retreat.
Let's give it up for the band once again. This brings us to our fourth movement, ladies and gentlemen, called the Espana. And like the drummer's tablet, this is another staple and feature of the Christmas Beat Retreat. This was adopted from Bombay many years ago and brought to Bay for the Christmas Beat Retreat. We are happy to feature this afternoon some iconic and legendary trumpeters as they make their return back to Bay. As you look to the east, you will see them. You may recognize them as we none other are Ronald Campbell, band director 2010 to 2015. Andrew Hunter, Prescott Turnquest, Dennis Sturrock, band director 2015 to 2019, and Maurice Arthur. Let's make some noise for them one more time.
halfway mark point now throughout the police beat retreat, of course.
Yes.
But again, Fowler, you were sharing earlier, we were talking about the history behind the band. I know the band has been many places around the world. Over the years, many persons have come in to contribute to its development. Talk about that.
Okay, yeah, so the band was formed in 1893. It's the oldest division in the police force, 130 years now. And throughout those years, we've been under the leadership of Superintendent Dennis Morgan. That's under pre-independence, under his leadership. And what he wanted to do with the band is expose the band in the world stage. So he would have done a lot of things, getting the musicians at that time. I think it was about 16 band members at that time, into the British way of doing the beat retreats and bands, because he wanted to mimic the UK. And then, of course, he did a wonderful job introducing the band to the world stage. Of course, the band traveled during Europe. Since it's under the British rule, so the band was traveled extensively in Europe. And then he handed over to Superintendent Babs. He's a Trinidadian Caribbean native, and he introduced a little bit of calypso feel to the band to bring that more calypso feel rather than that military style of a band. So he introduced like the pop band and the steel pan. We had a steel pan pop band, also the steel pans. And of course, after that, he handed over to Mr. George, who was also from the Caribbean style, and he continued on with that Bahamian style with the music. He also arranged for the band some Caribbean, calypso, and Bahamian music.
So we'll stick a pin in it right there. Of course, I'm sure these persons want to hear less talk and more band action.
Yes.
So we're going to send it back to the front line to see what's happening.
The production team, including the police cadets, stands in their position because we are going to the carnival. And we're going to have ourselves a jovial good time on the legendary pirate ship. And we're going to top that off with a merry-go-round. Put your hands together for the band again. You can bounce. We're at the carnival now, we're on the pirate ship. Anybody ready to take a ride with us? Hey, 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 hey. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, let's stop the band and say, hey. just now. I hope you did as well. Let's give it up for the wonderful team. The pirate ship now is leaving Bay Street to make its way where it's supposed to be on Clifford Park.
Of building momentum here at Bay Street. And of course, joining us is ASP Fowler. Now, Fowler, they just finished the fifth movement, which was a pirate show display, which included a couple of songs. We had the O Come Emmanuel, as well as Joyride and God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen.
Yes.
So it's exciting, but where we last left off, you were talking about the history behind the police band.
Yes. So the band is rich in history. We have traveled around the world, and the older band members you saw in black suits, they're the ones who set the pace and being exposed around the world, especially after independence. The Bahamas was getting out there in the world, getting this exposure to the world as,
Really
as
building
an
its
independent nation.
reputation.
Right.
Yeah.
So during that era, the leaders at that time, the Ministry of Tourism at that time, exposed the band to many parts of the world and traveling along with the delegates, with the Prime Minister at that particular time during independence. And he traveled the band with him. What it did, when he traveled the band with them, is bring forth more tourists, because we had a different sound. The band, we had the Caribbean and the Bahamian music. And that still lives on today. Wherever we travel around the world, I did the US, China, Dubai, Australia, across the US. When they hear that Bahamian sound, they go crazy. They go crazy because they march behind the band. I've seen it for myself. They marching behind and that rhythm and everything else. And they wonder where the band come from. Like you tell them, we are from the
Bahamas, exactly. So right now we're getting ready to move on to the sixth movement, which is a series of songs, and it's under a theme, Merry Go Round. An exciting moment here again.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
Along with the police band for this performance, the Bahamas National Drill Academy. Let's put our hands together and celebrate our children as they have some fun on the merry-go-round. remember, this song is called Ice Cream Truck. Listen, if you remember it and know it, you can sing along. Now we all know this one. Let me hear you sing it. Here we go. The wheels on the bus go round and round all through the town. The people of the bus go up and down, up and let me see the up and down. Go up, oh, on your sounder. One more time, this Bahamas brother for the Bahamas national trip team and their contribution this afternoon. One put your hands together for the band again as we continue to celebrate, because this is our anniversary, and while we celebrate, I want you to look at the person on the right of you and tell them Merry Christmas. Now look at the person on your left and tell them Merry Christmas.
Now, if you're just tuning in, you're a little late to the party. We're downtown Bay Street, and we're experiencing the 2023 Police Beat Retreats. Also here with us is ASP Fowler. Fowler, it's been an amazing show so far. We have 2 more movements to go, but those officers seem very revved up.
Yes. So this movement, 2 last movements, we just getting the highlight, the peak of the beat retreat. So coming up next, you see the I Wanna Dance movement by Whitney Houston, and this is Christmas time, so you want to be joyous. You know, you want everybody to be joyous, and one of the ways to express joy is dance.
Dance, exactly.
So that's the movement coming up, but then thereafter it's another movement. It's called the sousaphone section performance showtime, and that's a movement that we have done in the past also. So expect a spectacular show coming up.
And of course, just a question for you. If you want to dance, come on out to Bay Street. The Police Beat Retreat. What's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's lights, camera, and action as we move from our 7th movement into our 8th movement. And what will be featured in this movement will be our sousaphone selection. And this movement, ladies and gentlemen, will also bring to bay 3 generations of bandsmen. There will be a father and son.
And of course, we're back here. This is Rawson Square where the Police Beat Retreat 2023 continues. Now, Officer Fowler, of course, I've seen many persons walking around, but again, we just now down to the last 2, I think, movements. How long would the preparations have taken for these officers to prepare for this day?
Okay, it will take about 6 months because, of course, we just come off the Independence Beat Retreat. So right after the Independence Beat Retreat, we start creating ideas in the committee team to now try to brainstorm the Christmas Beat Retreat. So right after Independence, as early as August, we start brainstorming to what we want to achieve for the Christmas Beat Retreat this year.
Awesome, awesome. So again, we're moving on to the next section here. And of course, at this section.
Yeah, the sousaphone section. We have done this performance before in the past, where this movement features just a sousaphone instruments. The sousaphone, that's the bass instruments.
All right, so we'll take a look at this now.
Yes, it should be interesting. Yes.
I want to put your hands together for the sousaphone section. Have a round of applause for the sousaphone section. Talk about Susie with class and Susie with sauce. Let's give them another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as we make our way down to the finale. We have a special treat for you as well.
Well, again, of course, we're out here at Bay Street, and the first component of the 2023 Police Beat Retreat just completed. That was a number of movements where they showcased their talents, integrated some components like the pirate ship, as well as the Christmas tree, and then the sleigh as well.
Right, and the merry-go-round and all that good stuff.
Now, we had a conversation earlier. You talked about the fact that a number of families are represented in the band.
Right, yes. So in the Bliss Band, we have 3 generations of the band, and that's the Pratts. The Pratts, so the father came in the band as Rudy Pratt Sr., and then his son, Rudy Pratt Jr., joined the Bliss Band, and then his grandson, Ryan Pratt, joined the Bliss Band.
Wow.
So we have generations in the Bliss Band. So that happens. We have past band members and their children end up joining the Bliss Band, keeping a rich heritage of being the bandsman and a musician.
And of course, as we prepare to move on to part 2, this is a different focus here. We finished with the band component,
right.
but there's now some artists and others coming in.
Yes, so this portion is a finale where you can highlight the more vocal style of performance and with the pop section. So in this finale, we did it different. We have included past band members in this finale. We included children from the Bahamas National Youth Choir in the finale, directed by Mr. Superintendent Selin Ali be directing the band, and then the choir will be directed by the choir director, Mr. Ashley Knowles.
Now, a question I have for you. I'm going to state my favorite part of the first component of today's show, which was the Get Them Reggie component, which the police performed excellently. I'm sure wherever Reggie is, he's very happy.
Yes,
but what was your favorite component today?
My favorite component is the old movement, since I've seen them for a long time. That's the drummer stable and the spanner. I would have performed them also during my first early years in the band. But since the band evolved, and I haven't seen them for a long time, so they are my best movements for the show.
Excellent, excellent. So, of course, in a few moments, we're going to move on to the second part. I saw persons like the Prime Minister and other dignitaries out here today, but that's a common expectation on these kinds of procedures.
Yes. We're happy to have the Prime Minister and, of course, the Governor General here, and the Commissioner and the top team. It brings the event up to a state level, you know what I mean? That you want to be here, you want to be a part of this. Because every moment that you see here, this is history. Every time you see the police band and everyone's involved, that's history in the making. And we'll never see it again until the following year.
Yeah. Well, of course, as we said, we're now moving on to part 2 of this amazing event. This part is starting off with a feature from a police officer. It's Corey Field, and he's going to be assisted by the Bahamas National Children's Choir. Of course, we return back to the Bay Street.
gotta get up into it, get on to be strong. If we try, we can fly to a whole new place. All you need is believe and a smile on our face. We can go anywhere we want, any road we decide to take. 'Cause we're never, never, never too far from tomorrow today. We're all in this world and we all should get along. We gotta get up, get up. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zari Maki.
If we try, we can fly to a place in the sun. All we need is precious dreams and a friend we can trust. We can go anywhere we want, any road we decide to take. And we're never, never, never too far from tomorrow today. Everybody say tomorrow
is just for us to share. And we're gonna send a message of love out everywhere. There's a promise of love tomorrow is something special and it's something we know will last and last.
'cause we're never far away. No, never.
One thing I can always be sure of,
Far away. No, never. The promise of today.
if we try, we can fly to a place in the sun. All we need is precious dreams and a friend we can trust.
We can go anywhere we want, any road we decide to take. And we're never, never, never too far from tomorrow today.
Everybody say tomorrow is just for us to share. Something special and it's out everywhere. There's a promise of tomorrow. Something special and it's something we know will last and last.
'Cause we're never far away. No, never.
One thing I can always be sure of,
Far away. No, never.
the promise of today.
Talking about loads of talent, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for the Bahamas National Children's Choir that their director, Mr. Ashley Knowles, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band that was directed by Mr. Selman Adley. Come on, put your hands together one more time. This beach retreat is so full of treats, like I mentioned before. We have bandsmen, former directors. And in this reunion, you'll see a lot of familiar faces. And as we move along, we are going to bring to make a familiar face.
So, of course, we just finished that component, but now moving on to the next part of the show. It's called The Joker. Talk to us about that.
Okay, the Joker is a trombone solo rendition. It's a signature solo for trombones. And performing that trombone solo is retired Chief Superintendent George, Sylvester George. He's also a former band director. He would have served in the year 1991 as band director up to 2009. So he's an excellent trombone player. He joined the band as a trombone player, moved up the ranks, and became the band director. And the officer that is the retired bandsman who's going to directing him is retired Chief Superintendent Dennis Stirrup. So it's a good mix of the band, a former band director directing another former band director.
What I like about that, too, is like a return from the past, a blast from the past,
Yes,
really
yes.
showcasing everything that the police band has to offer. So we'll take a look now.
Let's give Director Starr another round of applause. It's good to see you back. Put your hands together one more time as Mr. Jones makes his way on pay. And a heavy police escort. Let's give it up one more time for Director Scarp and Director George. I'm pleased to present to you, I spoke to you earlier about a generation of bandsmen. Please put your hands together and welcome, with his selection, Rudy Pratt, Sr. And also in that set, we will feature Reserve Inspector Christopher Moss with Mary's Boy Child and Jump to the Music on My Mind.
time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a new king born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. By and by they found a little nook in the stable all forlorn, and in a manger cold and dark, Mary's little boy child was born. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a new king born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Trumpets sound and angels sing, listen to what they say, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day.
Yeah, man! Sweet chunky music. Woo! The fire is blazing, the drums are ready, costumes are now going down to Bay Street. Everybody is walking over the hill to listen to the sound of this sweet junkanoo beat. Yeah, 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 junkanoo music on my mind. Junkanoo make me feel so fine. Junkanoo make me shake and whine. Sweet junkanoo. The bells are ringing, I hear horns blowing, costumes stay low, shining bright in the moonlight. See the dancers, they're ready, watch how they move together. Now can you hear the sound? This is the sound of the junkanoo beat. Yeah, 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 junkanoo music on my mind. Junkanoo make me feel so fine. Junkanoo make me shake and whine. Sweet junkanoo. Junkanoo music on my mind. Junkanoo make me feel so fine. Junkanoo make me shake and whine. Sweet junkanoo. Listen there now. Watch it now. Who in the morning? Yeah, man. Thank you.
Let's give it up for them one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer, she sang this song when she was 7 years old. Now she's making her way to Bay. And the young man accompanying her sang this song last year, and they're back to do it for you one more time. Please welcome Miss Danielle Dean, All Grown Up, and Master David Cox as they sing the song, The Greatest Gift of All. Come on, put your hands together for them one more time. And this arrangement is being conducted by Mr. Sylvester George, retired director.
Dawn is slowly breaking. Our friends are all gone home. lost to come. There's a present by the tree, stockings on the wall. Knowing you're in love with me is the greatest gift of all.
The fire's slowly fading, chill is in the air. All the gifts are waiting for children everywhere. Through the window I can see snow begin to fall. Knowing you're in love with me is the greatest gift of all. Just before I go to sleep, I hear the church bell ring. Merry Christmas, everyone, is the song it sings. So I say a silent prayer for creatures great and small. Peace on earth, goodwill to man is the greatest gift of all. Peace on earth, goodwill to man is the greatest gift of
Thank you very much, Daniel and David. David Cox Jr. is the son of Superintendent David Cox. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome the man with the golden voice as he comes to sing Cradle in a Manger. Put your hands together for Inspector Peter Monomore.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sing sweet and low your lullaby till angels say amen. A mother tonight is rocking a cradle in Bethlehem, while wise men follow through the dark, a star that beckons them. A mother tonight is wrong cradle in Bethlehem. A little child shall lead them. The prophet said of old, and storm and tempest keep them until the bell is tolled. Sing sweet and low your lullaby, till angels say amen. A mother tonight is rocking a cradle in Bethlehem. A mother tonight is rocking a cradle in Bethlehem.
Let's give it up for the golden voice himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to present to you a staple here at the Christmas Beat Retreat. This phenomenal singer has returned to Bay after a 10-year sabbatical. She started singing at the retreat in 1989 when the former director, Dustin Barbs, was in charge of the band. Although she is 70 years old, she can still sing and has the voice of an angel. Please put your hands together and welcome back to Bay as she sings The Holy City, Reserve Inspector Claudia Seymour. And this arrangement please, let's welcome once again Claudia Seymour. And this arrangement is being directed by Ronald Campbell, retired band director. Let's give it up for him as well.
Last night I lay asleep. There came a dream so sweet. I stood in old Jerusalem beside the temple there. I heard the children sing, and ever as they sang, methought the voice of angels from heaven and surround. Methought the voice of angels from heaven and surround. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, lift up your gaze and sing, Hosanna in the highest, And then methought my dream was changed, the streets no longer rang. Hush with a cloud Hosanna, the little children sang. The sun grew dark with mystery, the moon was cold and chill, as the shadow of a cross arose upon a lonely hill, as the shadow of a cross arose upon a lonely hill. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, lift up your gaze and sing. Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna to your King. And once again the scene was changed, new earth as seemed to be. I saw the holy city beside the tideless sea. The lights of God were on the streets, the gates were open wide, and all would enter, and no one was denied. No need of moon or stars by night, or sun to shine by day. It was a new Jerusalem that would not pass away. It was a new Jerusalem that would not pass away. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, lift up your gaze and sing. Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna forevermore. Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna
Let's give it up for Claudia Seymour one more time. At 70 years old, she still has pipes. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the reunion. And during the reunion, you will see familiar faces and you will see persons you haven't seen on Bay in a while. But as they come, we also present to you Mr. Drum Major Extraordinaire, who has passed his incredible skills on to his son. Please help me welcome this gentleman back to Bay, one of the best drum majors in the world, Reserve Inspector Audley Dean, and former members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band for their final salute. At this time, our Governor General, Prime Minister, Commissioner, and other dignitaries will take an iconic photo with the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band. So please, let's give them, again, another round of applause as we capture this historic moment. And for those of you who are seated, you can take your cameras out too so that you can capture this moment of your favorite bandsman, your family member, and members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And when you take yours, please tag me so that I can get my copy. Thank you very much in advance. There are members in the band, like I mentioned before, who has been a part of the band before the Bahamas became an independent nation and performed at the first independence celebration that will be in this photo. And so this photo has a lot of history behind it. And we congratulate the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band once again for 130 years of music, of magic, awesome performances, and dazzling presentations. Once the official photo is completed, this will bring us to the conclusion of this evening's programming with more movements and more great music from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band.
So again, right now we're downtown Rawson Square, and the police band beat retreat is nearly concluded. Most of the program is already completed. Right now, what's happening? Many dignitaries we hear, including the Governor General and Prime Minister, along with other persons, are preparing for a photo op. Again, this year's police beat retreat is like none other. They have several retired officers that returned just for this experience. And as I spoke with ASP Fowler earlier, it was indicated that again, you know, many of these officers helped to cement what we recognize today as the Royal Bahamas Police Force. This event has been going on for a number of years. It's nothing new to the Bahamas. But again, many persons like myself and others look forward to this every year. It symbolizes the end of a year, but also the start of the season and a celebration for life. Definitely a celebration here in the Bahamas. Again, through the program, we went through the first phase, which was focused on the band. Those included about 8 components, integration of several songs, as well as several components like the ship, as well as the slate and the formation of that Christmas tree. But let's not forget also the representation of several officers who represented the Get Them Reggie dance, so to speak. But of course, as we moved on from that, we went on to the second component, which again is nearly completed. We have several retired officers that performed a number of pieces, as well as those being complemented by members of the band. Right now, we're looking at that final picture, a beautiful picture there with Prime Minister and other persons, along with members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band. This is one of those signature elements of the event, which symbolizes that the event was, in fact, a success. But of course, as we prepare now, we will take another shift over to Rawson Square, but once we return, we will then conclude today's police beat retreat.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our dignitaries return to their seat, I invite you to stand at this time. Thank you for standing as we prepare to retire. Thank you. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a wonderful audience this evening. And the band will form up in a few seconds to make their final march pass. And as you look at those bandsmen, lovely and beautifully arrayed here on Bay Street, you will see familiar
So, of course, we've
faces.
just gotten to the end of the program. Again, today was an amazing experience showcasing the past and the present
Yes.
of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Officer Fowler, let's take a quick look back at what happened today.
Yes. So, of course, the performance started with the drum estable. We brought forth the senior past members that have served in the police band for 40 years, 40 plus years. And then a quadrille of other movements that we've done in the past during the previous beat retreats. That was the highlights of our Christmas beat retreats over the past years. And those movements featured retired band members, retired band directors. And then, of course, we did a finale where it includes the pop section with the singers. And, of course, seeing a lot of familiar faces that we've seen for a long time that perform for the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band for so many years. We had some artists also, some singers also, who sang in the band. We had Danielle Dean, who sang in the band when she was 7 years old.
Former intern on the ZNS as well.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And now she's an adult now. She sang the same song she sang 7 years old. She sang again here tonight. And then we have upcoming stars like Master David Cox. Came, and sang for us. And then we also had the Bahamas National Children's Choir that sang, upcoming choir, and a beautiful voice from the young female who sang to represent the choir. And it was a spectacular show.
We also had that reenactment of the Get Them Reggie.
You're right, yeah, to get them ready with the sousaphone section. How can I miss that?
Yes.
And then we had 3 generations of Pratt's inside the band performing. And of course, we had Reserve Inspector Claudia Seymour. She ended with the Holy City. I know y'all haven't heard that for many years.
Oh, that voice.
Yeah, that voice, right, the voice. And we brought her back for this, especially for this 130th anniversary.
And then finally, of course, let's talk about inspiration. You yourself joined the police force because of many of those persons you'd seen in the past.
Yes. Inspired by my uncle who served in the police force in my younger years, probably at age 7. I saw him, clean his uniform, so that inspired me to join the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And at the time, I was also musically inclined, and I was encouraged to join the police band, and I've been there ever since, and didn't regret it at all. A lot of exposure, a lot of traveling. Seeing a lot of people, see the history of the Bahamas, and it's an excellent experience. It's an excellent experience of being a part of history. That's what I call it, being a part of history in the police band.
I know for me, as we prepare to wrap up now, there's one word that I could use to describe today's event. Spectacular.
Yes, spectacular. And what a way to end this year. Celebrating 130 years as a police band, and also how they end the year of the 50th independence of Bahamas.
And of course, for all of the viewers across the Bahamas and around the world who tuned in right here on the ZNS Network to experience the 2023 Royal Bahamas Police Beat Retreat, we thank you for joining us. Again, this is something we do along with the police force every year to provide to you an experience of Christmas here in the Bahamas. Again, thank you so much for joining us for the 2023 Royal Bahamas Police Beat Retreat. And we'll see you again this time next year.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Your eyes right. The final salute. As the current serving band, Mr. Ladies, we have the father of the buried dream, the drum major extraordinaire, Mr. Audley Dean, and that's at the back of the class director, Mr. Lester Moore. all of our partners that participated. And on behalf of the Commission of Police, the entire Bahamas Police Force family, the city executive leadership team, the police band, we wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please remain in your places so loud. The Governor General, our Prime Minister,